2 chefs, 3 rounds, a basket of mystery ingredients, and $3,000 on the lines. Can these 2 chefs handle the competition, or will it turn into foul play? I'm Samantha Bowers, and this is Show Me Chefs. Welcome to the Show Me Chef's Kitchen here at 319 Event Center. Today, 2 chefs will go head-to-head in these poultry-themed rounds to see who will move on for the chance to win $3,000. They must only use our basket of mystery ingredients, our provided pantry, and their culinary skills. Now, let's meet our chefs. Our first chef joining us in the Show Me Chef's Kitchen today is Chef DJ Ball from Nona's Cafe.
I've been baking since I was probably 10. I started out cooking for my family, so it's kind of the same feeling, you know. You cook for your family and you really enjoy making something that they like, and it feels good when someone really likes what you make, and it just gives you good feelings. So, Nona's has been here, I believe, for 19 years now. I started here as a part-time job 8 years ago. I only worked a couple days a week, and then eventually I just took over the kitchen, and I've been cooking Italian food pretty much the entire time I've been in restaurants. I've never really gotten into competitive cooking in any way, so it's kind of a test for myself, really, to see how well I do at it. We'll see what happens.
Our next chef joining us is Chef Nick Hanna from Gailey's Cafe.
I got pulled into the restaurant industry as a young teenager. I was actually just a dishwasher working in back of house, and over years I kind of got accustomed to the way kitchens worked. I mean, I've had gigs doing front of house, serving tables, you know, messing with customers, but to me the food is where it's at, so I just fit. Gailey's is a breakfast diner here in downtown Springfield that is actually 3 lobbies worth of building space with an open cooks line, and we have just a basic but well set breakfast menu. So if you like it simple and good, Gailey's is where to go every single time. I said yes because I honestly believe that I am a chef. Like it's taken me years to be confident in saying that, even to people for an introduction. Because to me, I believe that you have to have at least a certain skill set level to be able to do that, to walk in a kitchen and say, yeah, I can make anything and everything, let's just do this. So if this would have been asked to me, 2 years ago, no, would have been my response concerning the competition. But I said yes this time because I felt confident that I could do it.
Okay, chefs, it's now time to reveal your mystery ingredients. You may open your baskets. Today, your mystery ingredients are maple syrup, turkey sausage links, pears, and pizza crust from Pizza Crust Creations. Chefs, you will have 20 minutes to complete your appetizers. Your time starts now.
Everything that was in there was something that definitely I could see going together pretty easily, so I didn't think the ingredients themselves were the hardest part, for sure.
Really, it's just an issue of combinations of flavors. So like I already see a few ingredients that's like, okay, I can't make this, I can't make this, I can't make that. So just trying to keep my ducks in a row before I start trying to make something food related, because again, getting it to the plate in a time limit, that's fine. Does it even taste good? Does it look good? What'd you even make,
Now let's meet our panel of judges. Our first judge is Claire Howerton, Market Manager at Farmers Market of the Ozarks. Our next judge is Angela Wanathandri, General Manager and Executive Chef at 319 Event Center. Our final judge is Mary Fawcett, one of the many owners of the Fawcett family-owned Bambino's Cafe. So, Judge Claire, we're excited to have you here with us from the Farmers Market. Tell us a little bit about what you do at the Farmers Market.
I am the market manager at Farmers Market of the Ozarks, and our goal is to provide a vibrant community space where farmers can come from within 150 miles and share their produce, their meats, their baked goods. We have some local artisans, and we want them to be able to share that with the Springfield community.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here.
Well,
What are
thanks
your
for
thoughts on
having
the
me.
mystery ingredients?
I'm very curious to see how maple syrup and pizza crust pairs together.
We'll see what they come up with. Judge Mary, what are your thoughts on the ingredients?
Well, I think some of these are pretty conventional. There's nothing that's too far out, and there's a bunch of ingredients, so they should be able to come up with any number of creative things.
Well, we're excited to see what they come up with. Thank you, judges. 15 minutes, chefs.
Chef DJ, are you concentrating?
Yeah. Just trying to think.
So Chef Nick, what are you thinking, bud?
So far, I'm thinking I'm messing with some food. Other than that, I don't really want to put too much thought into it right now. The sausage we work with, man, that really bothered me because it's one of those like, well, I don't know how pre-cooked this is. I don't know when it's done. How's it spiced? What's it taste like? Like, again, I didn't really know until end result.
Equipment's a little different than what I've been working with, so it's kind of hard. You know, you gotta think of creative ways to cook the way you already cook. So you gotta use different equipment. Sometimes don't have the equipment that you might want. So it's about half cooking, half problem solving.
Let's get to know our episode sponsor, Ozarks Natural Food.
Ozarks Natural Foods isn't just about selling meat. Yeah, we want to do that, but we also want to educate.
My husband, Dr. Scarrow, and myself are physicians, and Dr. Beth and Weston Walker, they're both PhDs in agriculture, so we probably are more involved with the science. Our focus initially is just to come up with a method of providing healthy meat, and we do the beef, the pork, and the lamb locally within the Ozarks.
We do run 100% Berkshire pasture-raised pork. Those animals are rotated during the growing phase through half-acre paddocks. Keeps them on fresh, clean ground, so they're supplemented with the pasture.
The Scarrows focus on health. We want to focus on education. Meet your farmer, know your farmer. You know who your doctor is, you know who your dentist is, you know who your teachers are. Farmers are just as important.
Okay, chefs, we've hit that 10-minute mark. Remember, you must have all of your ingredients on all 4 plates. Okay, Chef Nick, how's it coming over here? It smells good.
Thank you. I think it's doing okay. I mean, they're not my favorite of ingredients to work with, but I'm not stressing really hard.
Okay. What are you thinking with the pizza crust? What are your plans to incorporate that into your dish?
It's bread. You pretty much have to, you're gridlocked with it. Like, you have to use it as a bread-related item. I don't have enough time to turn it into like croutons or anything like that.
Okay, so do you work well under pressure?
I've never not.
Well, we have confidence in you, so we're interested to see how it turns out.
Sure.
Okay, Chef DJ, how's it coming over here?
Pretty fast.
Do you feel confident working with these ingredients?
Yeah. Concerned any ingredients that I haven't worked with before. So.
Okay. What are your plans with the maple syrup? That's kind of an oddball ingredient out there to incorporate with the turkey sausage link and the pizza crust.
I think it goes together well with sausage and pears.
Okay.
It's gonna be really
Sounds like
good.
you know what you're doing. Okay, chefs, your time is ticking. And remember, you have to have 4 plates with all of the mystery ingredients on each plate. Good luck.
I think the chefs are pretty kind of relaxed and getting the, it's kind of nice to see that. Nobody's panicking.
They seem pretty in the zone.
Yeah.
Feeling all right. Definitely was really fast. Really fast for being in a foreign kind of kitchen kind of thing, definitely. But I felt pretty good.
Five minutes, chefs. Your time is ticking.
It always amazes me to watch a chef's knife skills.
be carrying? I mean, who would be carrying that pizza crust? And do you have a name or?
Their business's name is called Crust Creations, and all they do is pizza crust and pizza sauce.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like within a time limit, the pizza crust is really hard to work with, obviously. Like you want it to be that exact consistency, and that's one of those, like you would have to literally watch it by itself in the oven without cooking any other ingredient to get it perfect.
And that is traditional pizza crust as a slight rolled edge. It's not focaccia bread.
Gotcha.
Chefs, you now have 30 seconds left. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
I mean, there's things I like that I did, and there's things that I don't about it. I mean, again, that's the kicker with random ingredients and the time schedule. So
I thought mine looked a little bit better, but you know, it's all honestly, I mean, presentation is a lot, but the flavor is really where it counts. So,
Chefs, you were told to create an appetizer in just 20 minutes using the given mystery ingredients. It's now time to present to our panel of judges. Chef DJ, you're up first.
I kind of made an open-faced turkey sausage grinder flatbread sandwich. It's got the turkey sausage with a little goat cheese on the flatbread itself, and I caramelized the pears with maple syrup, and I gave it a little bit of heat with the little lettuce salad on top with a sriracha maple vinaigrette.
Actually, a lot of good flavors coming together. I like the acidity of the salad and the little spiciness of the salad. And with that goat cheese that you
It's
use?
goat cheese on the bottom.
Very good, very
A
good.
little creaminess I thought could add to the acidity too.
Judge Mary, how is the maple syrup working in this dish?
It sweetens the entire dish, and it brings out the flavor of the turkey sausage, I think, really well. Makes those pears really pop. I think you did a really good job of putting all those flavors together.
Judge Claire, how is this dish working overall for you?
I'm digging it. I really like that the sandwich is deconstructed. I really think that made a nice presentation.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, Chef DJ.
Thank you.
Okay, Chef Nick, what have you made for us today?
I tried to do just a simple baguette with pear and cranberry puree on a slice of pear and lettuce, so you can choose to either add it to the sandwich or roll it up separately and have equal halves. I can't say I'm totally happy with this. The ingredients were last second. So.
No, Chef. Is it kind of meant to use it like a sandwich like this?
Yeah,
or?
you can either eat it as a sandwich or add the topping, or again, eat them separately.
Gotcha.
I wanted it to stay in the finger food type, but again, I'm concerned over just the ingredients themselves, you know.
This is a very good pizza crust. I just want to say that.
In my opinion, it has a good flavor. That's why I wanted to leave a crust piece by itself on each
Right.
plate. So you can eat the sandwich, but if you want more bread, you know what I mean? Sometimes you eat a sandwich and you still want to roll when you're done. So that's how I feel concerning appetizers.
I really like the use of the cranberry chutney that you used and that you served over the pear. That really is a nice flavor pairing along with the sausage and the pizza crust.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, judges. Thank you, Chef Nick. Chefs, you may now exit the kitchen. Our judges are going to discuss your plates. Okay, judges, so let's talk about Chef DJ's dish first. What did you think about his presentation and his overall use of the mystery ingredients?
The presentation was really a good job. He kind of used several layers of for the presentation, plus the ingredients as well.
I really enjoyed the presentation, and I really enjoyed his use of sriracha along with the maple syrup and some of the sweetness. I really enjoy hot food, so getting that little bit of spicy was very nice along with the pear and the maple syrup and everything else.
Yes, he utilized the pantry well.
He did.
So, moving on to Chef Nick's dish, what did you think about how he pulled it off in the end?
He had all the right ideas. I think the puree that he did with the cranberry and the peach, the maple syrup on top of the slice of pear, a great, great idea. You just need to have a little more crunch to that, the pizza bread that he put it in the oven. Could have done a little more with that.
I think if he had just made it like a pizza.
Correct.
And then cut it into interesting shapes and, you know, did a little bit better a job on the presentation. The flavors are really pretty good.
Well, we'll see how they do in the next 2 rounds. Let's bring back our chefs. Welcome to the entree round here in the Show Me Chef's kitchen. Chefs, welcome back. How are we feeling after that appetizer round? Good? Nervous?
Good.
Awesome. Okay, well, it's now time to reveal your mystery ingredients for the entree rounds. You may open your baskets. Your mystery ingredients are full spring chickens, delicata squash, cheddar bunnies, and chia raspberry energy beverage. But chefs, there's a twist. You will both be spinning the Show Me Chef's spice wheel to see which spice you must also include in your dish. Chef DJ, it's your turn to spin first. All right, which spice are we hoping for?
Maybe the chipotle.
Chipotle, okay, fingers crossed. Oh, your spice is tarragon.
Just another ingredient in the basket, I guess. Didn't really make it too hard. I guess I lucked out on that one. I've used tarragon a lot, so.
Chef Nick, now it's your turn. Go ahead, take your spin. Which spice are you hoping for?
I don't know.
You're good with any of them, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Oh, judge's pick.
Well, we have looked over all the spices, and I think turmeric will be a fun spice that you can use to do the.
It's just a basic spice that has a distinct color and flavor, but in my opinion of it, you can't use it by itself because it's flat until you use too much of it, and then it's too bold.
Chefs, you will have 35 minutes to complete your entrees. Your time starts now.
You would cook a whole chicken like that. You could roast it, but you want to let it sit for at least 15 minutes before you cut into it. Otherwise, it kind of bleeds the juices out, but it can also be really hot to cut. So definitely hot on the hands to pull plate.
I actually have a really, really good recipe that I was going to go home and work on today. So as soon as I saw the bird and the goldfish, I kind of just started laughing in my own head. So I just started cutting it apart and doing what I do with it.
Okay, judges, so Chef Nick landed on the judge's pick on the spice wheel, and you chose turmeric. What was your thoughts behind that? Do you have a reasoning for choosing turmeric?
Well, it's an interesting spice. From India to Africa, a lot of countries like that use turmeric a lot. So kind of curious how they could utilize turmeric in a dish like that. But there's many, many ways you can use it.
Absolutely. It will be interesting to see how
Yes.
they put that to use. Judge Claire, how do you think time's going to play a factor in this? Do you think it will be an issue with the given ingredient?
I think they've got it. It all depends on how you cook it, and they're deconstructing the chicken, which is going to make the process go a little bit faster. I really admire that they're doing that because not a whole lot of people in this day and age know how to cut up a whole chicken. We actually have classes at the farmer's market that teach people how to cut up a chicken piece by piece because most of our vendors sell it whole.
Well, our chefs are pretty talented, so I definitely see potential in this round. Thank you, judges. Stay tuned to see our chefs battling it out in the kitchen.
Chef Nick, have you ever heard or have anything to do with those little cheddar bunnies?
No, they look tasty. I kind of just want to stand here and eat them for 35 minutes.
Chef DJ, what exactly did you do with the chicken?
I spatchcocked it. Basically, you cut the whole backbone out of it so you can replace it, and you flatten it down so it cooks much faster.
Cooking time is an important thing. Cooking chicken,
Right.
especially raw, whole chicken.
It's a convection oven, so that
Yeah.
will that will speed it up a little.
Correct.
And again, everything just kind of fell in place in my head as I was cooking. Like I said, I didn't have too specific of a game plan other than just like, hey, make the chicken not taste horrible. So.
It was not good. I didn't like it, and honestly, it is one of the weirdest power drinks. It has little beads in it. I'm not even sure what that is. Very surprisingly, not sweet at all, which is very surprising for a fruit drink, but we had to sweeten it up, but definitely a weird ingredient.
Now let's see what Lakin's up to at Ozarks Natural Food.
This farm actually started with one of the owners, Alan Scarrow. He's from Nebraska originally. He wanted something to do that wasn't work because his actual job, he is a doctor with Mercy Hospital here in town. We joined up with the Walkers and then became Ozarks Natural Foods.
Beth and her husband are professors and we used to teach at Missouri State. Beth still teaches there. On this farm we raise grass-fed Angus beef. We have black and red Angus currently on this farm. They like the ideas of the grass-fed and the health benefits and stuff like that that surrounded that. And so the problem was there wasn't any local places to get that. And so they pretty well started their partnership to be able to produce locally and humanely and safe raised animals for local people, and that's our main goals that we do. That's why we do what we do out here. So with us, with the cattle, and then the Walkers, they raise the pork and the lamb on their farm. With working with animals, is you got to work with the animals, and we want to do it in a low stress, humane way. I've heard of a lot of cooking shows and some other stuff that travel around the country to see what's local. I think, you know, for us raising the beef and the pork and the lamb, the cooking is the only way to really showcase that stuff by a local cooking show.
Okay, chefs, we've hit that 10-minute mark. Remember, you must have all of your ingredients on all 4 plates. Okay, Chef Nick, what do you think about the basket as a whole?
It's easier than the last round,
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear.
but not by much.
It looks like you're going for a lot of color here with the red onions and the squash. Looks like you're getting into the Show Me Chef's groove.
Trying hard.
Okay, Chef DJ, we saw you tasting the raspberry juice earlier. What were your thoughts when you tasted that? How are you going to incorporate that into your dish?
I'm going to transform it because I didn't really care for it.
We'll stay tuned. Good luck to you. Keep up the good work, both of you, and I'll check back in with you later.
That type of squash is really only good for 2 things. You can cut it up and try to saute it down, or you can slice it really, really thin and like make it an actual pasta out of it. I didn't want to mess with that because again, I didn't want to worry about the time constraint of like, oh, I'm paying too much attention to a pasta and now my chicken's burnt or gone, or I forgot something else. So again, I tried to just keep it simple with myself, especially when that added ingredient was thrown in there.
Chef DJ, is that squash cooked?
Not yet.
Not yet, huh? It takes a little while for that.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. Yeah, I started roasting it and I ended up having to take it out and cut it up and saute it because it wasn't going to be done in time. So just some more problem solving.
I'm bothered by the stuff sitting out on Chef Nick's table. I think I'd be clearing some of that stuff away. Might make it a little easier to think about what you're doing if you don't have a lot of stuff in the way there.
Like I said, that little bit of extra time and time window was the difference between I'm stressing to get this on the plate. Oh, it's on the plate. I've got a minute. To me, it seemed more self-comforting, but overall, it's still, just being on my toes to make sure again the result turned out good.
Things that take a long time to cook, so it was definitely more about timing and getting that down. And towards the end there, I really had to rush.
Okay, chefs, 1 minute remaining. Time is ticking. 30 seconds, chefs. Remember, you have $3,000 on the line here. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
That was a lot of work.
Chefs, your challenge was to create an entree in just 35 minutes using the given mystery ingredients and your mystery spice. It's now time to present to our panel of judges. Chef Nick, you're up first.
I decided to just whip up something simple. I'm actually known for having a really good chicken parm recipe. This is a decent enough representation. Obviously, there's things I wanted to do different, but within the time window, I wanted to at least produce good quality flavor in the chicken.
Using the turmeric has a kind of a Mediterranean style of. That's what you're going for.
I've cooked under a Mediterranean chef before.
Gotcha. So the sauce could have played a bigger part of the dish, and most definitely would have brought up a lot more flavor to it.
Thank you.
Well, I grew up eating cheddar bunnies, so I really, really like
Do you taste the cheddar bunnies on
I
the
do.
chicken?
I can taste the cheddar bunnies. And I love turmeric. I think the texture and the flavor of the vegetables is awesome, the way that he cooked them. And the chicken with the little bit of raspberry sauce is really good.
Awesome. Thank you, judges. Thank you, Chef Nick.
There you go. I did a tarragon roasted chicken. Tried to get the skin nice and crispy on there with some herbs, salt and pepper. And then I took the cheddar bunnies and tried to make a mashed potato with them and a little ricotta, a little bit of herbs and some cream.
I really like this sauce. So you used that energy drink on?
Yeah, that raspberry energy drink. I threw some red wine in there, a little bit of sliced garlic, some tarragon, black pepper, and a little crushed red pepper in there for some heat.
That's a really good flavor.
Thank you.
I really like the flavor. I think it did give the mashed potatoes kind of an interesting texture for sure, but the flavor is outstanding, and I really like the consistency of the sauce with the energy drink. Kind of brought a nice flavor to the chicken.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, Chef DJ. Chefs, you may now exit the kitchen. Our judges will deliberate your dishes. Judges, let's talk about Chef Nick's plate first. What were your thoughts on how he used his mystery spice and how he used the mystery ingredients?
His method of trying to get that chicken pan fried, I don't think it really worked. It wasn't cooked all the way through.
No, it wasn't, and it was a shame because I think he did a really good job on the breading. That was a nice.
Yeah.
He was very relaxed at the end. He wasn't.
Yeah, he
rushing
thought
down.
he cooked the chicken, but it could have always finished off in the oven with some oil, so it would have kind of cooked all the way through. But
You might have made smaller
correct.
pieces.
Correct.
So moving on to Chef DJ, he was rushing around in the kitchen. How did his plate turn out?
He had kind of an interesting assortment of flavors. It was kind of interesting to see how he utilized the tarragon and then the red wine with the raspberry, and it was definitely kind of an interesting experience.
His plate looked good. Both chefs could have done a lot better with the presentation.
Okay, well, I'm excited to see how our chefs step it up in the dessert round.
They need to.
Let's see how Lakin and Angelo picked out today's mystery ingredients at Mama Jean's Natural Market.
I'm meeting Angelo here at Mama Jean's on Sunshine. We're gonna go pick out some mystery ingredients for our poultry-inspired episode. Come on, let's go find him.
Hey, what about pears?
So what would that be for?
That'll be for the appetizer round with the pizza crust, maple syrup, and turkey sauce. There'll be a good little addition for that. Hey, Lakin, guess what I found?
What?
Some gluten-free muffins for the dessert round.
Okay.
I think we should get chefs to deconstruct this. What do you
Yeah,
think?
good idea. It'd be a good challenge.
Yep.
So I found cheddar bunnies. I think it'd be a good idea for the entree. Mix it in there.
Yes, and we should,
Yep.
with the chicken, yes, most definitely it'll be a great idea. Hey, let's not forget ice cream too. Huh?
Okay, yeah,
For the
let's grab
dessert.
some. Okay.
Hey, thank you, Diana.
You bet. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, chefs, welcome to the dessert round. You've made it to our final round. How are we feeling?
Good.
Good,
Not
ready?
bad.
Ready to reveal your mystery ingredients? Okay, you may open your baskets. Your mystery ingredients are gluten-free harvest grain muffins, dried apple rings, agave gummy bears, and double cream soft cheese, all provided by Mama Jean's.
Gummy bears, for sure. That's one of those weird things. There's only so many things you can do with that. You know, it'll bind pretty much anything you put into it, and it's really, really sweet. So you kind of got to balance it out.
I was looking at the ingredients, I saw the gummy bears, I saw the apples. I immediately decided I was going to do some type of Foster type sauce to melt it down and use it as a basic sugar. And then from there, I looked at those muffins. I've had the muffins before, they're fantastic. All you have to do is just heat them up.
But chefs, we have another twist. We like to throw twists at you here in the Show Me Chef's kitchen. You will be drawing from an assortment of coffee and tea products provided by Ozarks Mountain Coffee to see which coffee or tea you must include in your dessert dish. Okay, Chef Nick, you're first. You drew Ozark Mountain Coffee's special, B52, an assortment of Kahlua, Irish cream, and amaretto flavored coffee.
I made a point to purposely work with sugars and syrups a while back because I didn't feel comfortable with them. I just thought it was interesting that, again, they threw in that extra ingredient with the coffee.
Okay, Chef DJ, you ready?
All right.
Okay, let's see what we got here. You drew cappuccino chocolate-covered espresso beans.
All right.
Are you happy with this? Was this what you're hoping for?
I'm happy with this.
Okay, perfect. Chefs, you will have 25 minutes to complete your desserts. Your time starts now.
Muffins, gummy bears, dried apple rings.
And brie, is that brie?
I think it's a soft cheese. I don't know what that
Kind of looks like a brie that I got.
Okay, judges, we have quite the basket of mystery ingredients this round. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts?
I really have no idea what they're going to come up with that mix of ingredients. I'm very curious to see.
In combination.
It will be an interesting combination. I think I'd be going to the pantry a little bit myself on this one.
Well, we're excited to see what they do in this final round.
I cooked them down with red wine, kind of basically broke them down. A little red wine and some water and some lemon juice, kind of made it acidic, kind of fruity sauce out of it.
I just thought it was interesting that, again, they threw in that extra ingredient with the coffee. It did trip me up for a minute or two. That's why I made a point to not do anything with it to begin with, because it's and then I was just reminding myself constantly, this will have a place, just wait for it.
Let's join Lakin at Ozark Mountain Coffee.
Hey guys, I'm here at Ozark Mountain Coffee. Let's go check in with Larry Gifford and see what he's been working on.
Hello, I'm Larry Gifford, and this is Ozark Mountain Coffee Company in Ozark, Missouri. We've been here since 1994, and we import and roast gourmet coffees and package specialty teas. We're one of the Midwest's largest suppliers of flavored coffee, and we have nearly 100 different flavors. The traditional French vanillas and hazelnuts that people go to. Everybody loves our candies. We have about 6 different styles of chocolate-covered coffee beans. Some real smooth, creamy blends of white chocolate to dark chocolates and a variety of others that might include sea salt and amaretto-flavored chocolates over our coffee beans. I think in me there's a little bit of an artistic, a creative side that I've been allowed to exercise with the roaster, because we can truly customize a roast based on people's likes and dislikes. But yeah, it's rewarding in that I get to see people come in here every day and they're passionate about what they drink, they're committed to the product, they love what they're getting, they're here to consume something that makes them feel good and they're happy, and that's rewarding.
Well, that's it here for Ozark Mountain Coffee. Let's check in with Sam in the kitchen.
Chefs, your time is ticking.
I think that the cheese really kind of helped balance the whole thing out. So I wasn't really surprised by the cheese being in there. That was actually, I think it helped.
So with your past experience, have you done much desserts? Is it something new to you?
Yeah, no, it's probably my favorite thing about cooking, honestly.
I see. And what about you, Chef Nick? Do you do a lot of desserts, or this is something kind of out of the ordinary for you?
I mean, I understand the basics, you know what I mean?
Correct.
Obviously, I don't have every skill set under the sun. But for the most part, I feel pretty comfortable right now.
I can see Chef Nick thought of something, but he decided against it, I think. He looks pretty calm and collective and is very smooth in his work environment.
Chefs, you have 5 minutes remaining in this round. Okay, Chef DJ, how's it going over here?
Oh, working on getting there.
You said that your grandma was your inspiration to start cooking. What advice do you think that she would give you as the time winds down in the dessert round?
Just get it on the plate.
Good advice, good advice. Okay, well, good luck. You still have time, so.
Thank you.
Okay, Chef Nick, looks like you've got everything on your plate.
Almost.
You look pretty confident.
Yeah. This actually, everything clicked in my head. So
Oh, well, that's
I
perfect.
think I've got a good balance of flavors here. We'll see what happens.
How did you use the coffee that you drew?
I made a milk chocolate mix with just basically the pure chocolate we had, heavy whipping cream, and then I wanted to just add the coffee to it so you could still taste the flavor and have like a little bit of speckliness.
Looks delicious. Everyone loves a good chocolate dessert, so good luck to both of you chefs as the time winds down.
I think I did a couple things to kind of hinder my own time, but it was a little rush at the end. Pretty much I've had rushes at the end of all 3 rounds.
Chefs, you now have 30 seconds left.
Time's counting down.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Chefs, you were told to create a dessert in just 25 minutes using the given mystery ingredients provided by Mama Jean's, along with a coffee or tea that you drew from our assortment of coffees and teas from Ozark Mountain Coffee. It's now time to present to our panel of judges. Chef DJ, you're first.
I made a little bread pudding for you. So I reconstituted the apples a little bit with some blueberries and a little bit of honey, and I threw that in with the muffins. I topped that off with I took the double cream cheese and whipped it with some cream cheese and a little bit of ice cream to kind of give it a creaminess texture to it. A little bit of, and then I used the gummy bears, kind of reduce that down with a little bit of red wine and lemon zest to kind of give it a little tang, maybe cut through the richness of everything else.
Very surprised, pleasantly surprised actually. The bread pudding, really, it's pretty good.
It's very good.
You might have kept the bread pudding in that cup.
And save time?
Save
Yes,
time.
that's true.
And you could have done a couple other things as a presentation-wise.
Yeah.
I think this dish came together very well, and he did a good job of incorporating all the different ingredients. I'm very pleased with it.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, Chef DJ. Chef Nick, what have you made for us this round?
Well, I saw those dried apples, and I was like, man, them and the gummy bears would make something great in like a Foster type setup. So I immediately started working with that. And I've had these muffins before, they're fantastic. So I didn't want to play with them too much. I just wanted to bake them the rest of the way done and make you like little halves and halves. And I want you to have fun with the food, either eat it with a fork or pick it up with your hands. So once the chocolate and coffee got incorporated, it just kind of, again, it just fell together. So it's a little taster sampler.
The presentation is very nice. It's 3 components, I believe. One with the heavy coffee and the chocolate melt with the coconut flakes.
But I think it's excellent.
Is it good?
And I also really like just the simple addition of the ice cream because it tastes really good with everything on the plate.
It's a good combination.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, Chef Nick. Chefs, you may now exit the kitchen. Our judges will discuss your final plates. Okay, judges, let's talk about Chef DJ's performance in this final dessert round first. He was kind of rushing around for time at the end. Did his dish turn out the way that he was anticipating it would?
I think that the flavor and the texture were fantastic. I don't think it was plated quite as pretty as he had initially hoped. I really liked Angelo's suggestion of just leaving it and serving it in the cup. But the overall flavor was still really good for the amount of time that he had and how crunched he was.
Now, he kind of chose to go a different way with the muffins than Chef Nick did. What did you think about how Chef Nick used the muffins and the rest of the mystery ingredients?
I liked the crispiness of those muffins after he toasted them in the oven, and it made all the other, everything else, everything you put on there, but that little crunch, it just made it a lot more interesting.
Out of those 3 components, the chocolate was done perfectly. I mean, that coffee, you took that aroma and the taste when you took that bite. The only constructive criticism I can give him on the apples and the gummy bears, it could have been just like you said, Mary. It could have been more syrupy. It kind of was getting dried up, cooked a little too long, maybe a minute or two too long because it was getting hardened up when you cut it into it.
Okay, judges, it sounds like it's going to be a pretty tough choice, but have we come to a decision?
It is a very tough choice. This is a very close competed competition, and I think we have a winner, don't you think? Yes.
Let's bring back our chefs. Chefs, you have competed in 3 rounds today here in the Show Me Chef's kitchen. Our judges have tasted and discussed your plates and have now come to a final decision on who will move on to compete in the semifinal rounds for a chance to win $3,000. Our judges now have their final comments.
Chef DJ, we really thought that your presentation on all of your dishes was very nice. You put a lot of work and a lot of thought into that. We also thought that you kind of took a few risks with some flavor combinations. I'm not sure that every single one of them paid off, but it was really nice to see how creative that you were being with the dishes that you were making and the ingredients that you had.
Chef Nick, I think that you did a tremendous job in working with the secret ingredients and pulling all those things together, getting a very good dish on the plate every time.
Chef Nick, I got to commend you. Great job today. A couple of things that you could have worked on given the opportunity. The entree dish, your chicken wasn't always all the way cooked through. That's one of the things, just want to let you know, but your presentation, how you put all the ingredients together was amazing. Chef DJ, great job. Just like Chef Claire said, your presentation, I saw there's some kind of training behind it. Great job as well. And you guys are very, very close. It's an amazingly close competition today.
Judges, will you reveal the winner?
The winner is Chef DJ. By the way, congratulations. It was a 1-point difference. Just want to let you know, it was a very close competition.
Chef Nick, unfortunately you were not chosen as today's quarterfinal winner. How was your Show Me Chef experience?
It's actually pretty good. A little nervous at first, but got more comfortable as time went on. So, very happy.
Thank you so much.
We enjoyed having you in our kitchen today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, obviously, I wanted an opportunity to win the competition, but I didn't come in here with an extremely hungry mindset. I really, again, just wanted to produce good quality food and have it legitimately judged. And I assumed if I was going to be the winner on those basis, then I definitely deserved to go on to the next round. And again, I mean, being told that I lost by what, 1 point or something like that. So, yeah, that's good enough for me.
Congratulations, Chef DJ. You were chosen as today's winner, and you will move on to the semifinal rounds for the chance to compete for $3,000.
Feel pretty good. I definitely didn't get my best stuff out today, so I feel pretty good actually getting a win. Definitely gonna have to do a little better here in the next round, and there's gonna be much tougher competition. I'm sure everyone from this point on is gonna be a lot tougher.
Well, we loved having you today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us here in the Show Me Chef's kitchen today. Join us next time as things heat up in our kitchen.
Oh, wow. Before I put it in the oven, I tasted it and realized what I had done.